Welcome, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising Sign folk, to the month of July 2024. Wow, I am going to talk to you today about some breakthrough energy, some change energy coming when it comes to your children, your romantic life, even your creativity and entrepreneurial businesses, as well as some very positive and sweet developments connected to matters to do with your siblings. And these are very important and somewhat rare events. So we're going to dive into them. It's a positive month for the most part. I want you to be aware of that. You're going to come out of this month feeling pretty darn good about it. Also, sudden changes to travel plans and new travel opportunities. So much going on. But I'm going to give you this. Compared to other months that we've been experiencing, July is a piece of cake. You're going to have enjoyment more than anything. Joy and enjoyment are coming to you. So let's begin and talk about who I am just very briefly. I'm Lori Lothian. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac, whole sign houses, fixed stars, and minor asteroids. And if you'll want to subscribe, I put out 20 to 30 videos, all signs format each month, including weekly forecasts on Monday. I'm having my Sky Reader, Be Your Own Astrologer, Time Your Best Life, 5th class teaching it this September. And you want to be on the early bird wait list. The information is in the description box below. And as well, if by any chance you want a reading with me, I'm opening my readings up in September, but you'll need, in order to get a reading with me, to be on the wait list, which means that when I open the reading spots up in the fall and I send the email saying they're open, first come, first serve. Now, also, technically, I'm sharing some beautiful earring jewelry art with my people for this month, just because I like to share the art of artists. And this is Milena's art. I'm staying with Milena Devi here in Portugal right now, and she's a friend, and this is her beautiful art. And this is a fabric, porcelain, and metal, and she makes all mixed media award-winning jewelry, custom, one of a kind. Check below in my description box to order your earrings from her and see what happens if you don't find them incredible as I do. I'm always sharing jewelry of people I love or art of people I love. It's just for fun. All right, so let's talk about it, Pisces. Jupiter is the guy who rules your sign, and he's gone into Gemini, and he's still here this month. He got there last month in June, early June. Now he's still here all month long of July. We like him for you. He's your ruler. He's in the 4th house of land, property, home, and real estate. Obviously, it's good for buying and selling real estate. My Pisces sister, as soon as Jupiter went into her 4th house, managed to sell her house with her husband, and they couldn't sell it before then. This is always a positive feeling when Jupiter comes into an angular house like 4, 7, 10, and 1. And when he's down at the bottom of your chart, legacy wealth, family money, real estate, property, mother relationship, childhood stories and wounds are all blossoming. You know, traditionally in India, they'd say that fertility is in the home. Children are in the home here. Children may come visit you in the home. Jupiter rules children. You may be very fertile, creative, and joyful in and from your home, as Jupiter will continue through here for the rest of July, indeed until June of next year. It's a once every 12-year journey. In the backdrop of that, we have the breakthrough change that is in the header of all of the thumbnails because of a rare Mars transit through Taurus conjoining with the planet Uranus. That's unexpected breakthrough change, unexpected freedom, surprising new directions in your 3rd house on July the 15th. Now, is it on July the 15th? It may be events that conspire a week before and 2 weeks after, but I want you to understand it's also a synodic cycle. It's happening because we have Uranus in the sign of Taurus, and Mars will meet him there every 2 years. As this happened before in the 1930s, it's happening again. Here are the times it has already occurred, and this is your last chance. It happened in January of 2020. It happened on August the 1st of 2022, and it's happening July the 15th for the last in a lifetime. Now, this synodic cycle of these 2 planets joining in your 3rd house, resetting something to do with travel, siblings, surprises in their life, extended family, neighbors and neighborhood situations, skills-based learning and teaching, social media and online world. All of those areas of your life are going to experience a change. What kinds of changes may have already occurred when you go back to January of 2020 through to August of 2022 or August of 22 until now? Technically, if you're an earlier born sun, moon, and rising in Pisces, you are more affected by the January of 2020 to January of 2022. August of 22. Middle born Pisces, the last one in the later born Pisces sun and moon and rising by degree, 10 to 29 degrees, you're getting more input from this conjunction this time in the next 2 years that follow. You might be listening for your sun if it's about your career and purpose, and you might be listening to your moon if it's about your home and body, but you're certainly listening to your rising sign because that's the avatar of the Pisces character that you play in the simulation of life. So it has a lot to do with everything about your life. Now, you do short distance travel and skills-based learning in the third house, including elementary school and high school stories. And none of my followers are that young, all right, because I have a no under 18 rule. But just know that with that energy of the third house, which I could probably change actually, but with the energy of the third house here, you're definitely looking at some kind of unexpected shift regarding your third house matters. Sometimes entrepreneurial business can be connected both third and fifth house, especially the ability to sell, market, and message. That's a third house function. So if you're selling, marketing, and messaging into some kind of business endeavors, this is going to give you a dramatic shift of how you do that, an unexpected change in the way you do it. Because other people, especially siblings, are in your third house, but sometimes aunts, uncles, cousins, and nieces, those peoples are having some unexpected sudden shifts and developments. And it may not even be about you, but it influences you because it is connected to your chart in a flowing sextile to the Pisces part of the sky. All right, so let's continue on. Mars is moving through Taurus from June the 9th through to July the 21st. And that means he is making changes in your third house. If you're an online entrepreneur, you're busy as all hell in your online business, your website, your social media. If you are moving your home, this is you're packing your home. Your new home is the fourth house. Preparing to move is the third house. So this is Mars here from June the 9th. I'm thinking my sister packing all her stuff up. Now that she's got an offer, I'm recording on June the 19th. I think she's moving now. Packing, moving, organizing, sorting, that kind of stuff. Mars moving through your third house can give you opportunities for short distance travel or sudden changes to short distance travel plans. And that story is going on as Mars moves through your third house through until July 21st, at which point he moves into your Gemini fourth house with Jupiter. Now that's where you get the hammer and nail out to expand the home. That's where you're busy, doing something passionate, aggressive, and focused and disciplined in the home. Well, not just disciplined, but Mars, you're very busy doing some actions in the home. I don't know though, with Jupiter here, he bonifies it and keeps it all very blessed. But technically, Mars will be in the domestic environment, potentially creating arguments and conflict with someone you live with. Between July 21st and September 5th, Jupiter tries to save the day, but Jupiter might blow those arguments out of proportion. So be careful for domestic unbliss in your fourth house of home, property, and real estate with anyone you live with, right? Or with a mother figure. The meaning of the fourth house is a house of the mother. Travel away from home is Mars in the fourth house. Very often, people born with that will become an expat, live in a different country, die in a country other than their birthplace. So, but in the shorter term, it's just travel away from home. So a lot of you might therefore, between July the 21st and September 5th, be traveling from your home or farther away from home than you normally would do. What about Venus, the benefic planet, who, by the way, is your exaltation planet? She's busy as the month begins, traveling through your fifth house of children. She got here on and love and romance and sexuality and joy and play and pleasure and fun. She got here, the house of her joy, on June 16th, and she continues to play in your fifth house through until the 11th of July. And that means that you're having more fun, more sex, more romance. Good things are happening with your children. If you want to have a baby, you're highly fertile under this transit. It's a fertility transit. Or one of your children could experience fertility, and you might be looking at grandparenting stories coming up during her transit through your fifth house. And you might have also positive developments going on here with entrepreneurial and creative projects during that transit. It does end on July 11th, however. And when we move to July 12th, Venus then slides into your sixth house of work. Now, Venus here can bring lucky breaks with your work, with pets, with rental situations, with paying off debts, pay down those credit cards, with abilities to date somebody new, Again, she'll be here in your sixth house, which can involve dating before commitment. She'll be here in this part of the sky, July 12th to August the 5th. It's really ideal, however, for liking your work, finding better health as well. Leo, Venus, better cardiovascular health, better heart health, better blood health as well. But better health and good news about health if you're having blood work done or, that kind of thing. Mercury will begin the month in the first 2 days up to July 2nd, finishing his tour of duty through your house of children and romance and entrepreneurial stuff. And you might have been doing a lot of back and forth communicating, phone calling, emailing with romantic partners, children, doing creative projects that require writing or thinking. But then he moves on July the 3rd to the 26th into Leo, which of course is your sixth house, and that is your work house. And so when you end up with Mercury there, July 3rd to the 26th, you might be very busy with texts, phone calls, emails, communications, negotiations around work matters. At the same time, also lab tests, results, investigation of health issues. But with Venus joining Mercury here, July 12th to August 5th, it suggests everything will be fine. And July 12th to August 5th is a perfect time to rent a property as a tenant or to lease a property as a landlord. It's also a perfect time for debt repayment and debt elimination, July the 12th to August the 5th. And it's also a really positive time for getting a new pet, purchasing a new pet in particular, July the 12th to July the 26th, when both Venus and July the 12th to July 26th, when both Venus and Mercury are together in your sixth house. On July the 27th to July the 31st, Mercury will enter into, on July the 27th, your seventh house of legal contracts, negotiations, vows, marriage partners, and business partners. And he'll be there till August 13th because he will retrograde between July 31st and August 13th, meaning he comes back into your sixth house. There's an implication here that matters to do with legal contracts and vows and marriage agreements could be turned around. You might be going in one direction and there may be a change of direction. There could be some shifts in the work that you didn't expect because of Mercury retrograding into that Leo part of the sky, where he will have some stories to tell of some sort to do with what changes need to be made in your health and work routines. But you're knowing what to do. You have ideas, you have communications going on to figure this out, maybe books you're reading even to do, especially with health improvements as well. So that is July 27th to July 31st, but actually to August 13th, because I'm reminding you that he's retrograding. So he slides back into Leo on August 13th. All right, let's talk next about the two lunations this month, and then we're going to break down the month bit by bit, if you don't mind, into the details of each week. So, and you can get a pen and paper in order to get that all down. So the first thing I would say is that the new moon is in Cancer on July the 5th, and July the 5th's new moon in Cancer, it happens on the yearly, is good for new beginnings in romance, love, fertility, pregnancy, children, creativity, fun, joy, romance, and pleasure. This new moon, new beginning, which is July 5th, could give you a 2-week pleasure run, fun run, sex run, good things with your kids. It can also, in the 2 weeks that follow, lend itself to new beginnings to do with creative projects that you launch during that window. But it has a longer arc of up to 6 months of new beginnings, refreshing the screen of your fifth house. At the same time, we see the 21st of July, second Capricorn moon, therefore a blue moon. We had one on the 21st of June. This one is at 29 Capricorn on July the 21st. 29 Capricorn is the very end of your 11th house of windfalls and pennies from heaven, the house of good spirit, the house of greater career gains, and the house of an elder sibling. That can look like a lot of positive things happening that are fulfilling something, that are coming to a completion, that are shining a bright light of good energy for you, but also fulfillment or completion. And if you have a long-range dream, goal, or wish that you've been holding on to, completing, fulfilling, and allowing that to ripen in the 6 months that follow the July 21st full moon is a possibility. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the blow by blow. We're going to go week by week through the month of July. So let's get rolling on that. Hey, guys, let's start with July 1st to the 3rd. Venus will flow in a trine, which is a positive and flowing, loving relationship of luck, to Saturn. Venus is moving through the sign of Cancer at this point, and that is your fifth house. and she flows to Saturn in your first house. Really good energy for you physically, right? Saturn has made you maybe more tired, more worried, more heavy and burdened, more realistic as well, as he's been moving through your sign since last March through to February of 2026. But now we get a Venusian kiss from your fifth house, an opportunity for pleasure, for fun, for enjoyment, for things to do with romance, love, and sexuality that feels like love is good, love endures, love lasts. Also, money is good, money lasts, and love and money endures as well. But that's an energy you're feeling very strongly July 1st to the 3rd. It can be a very sociable time. Venus is in the house of joy. You might be enjoying the company of others, and it's making you feel very stable and solid in your being. At the same time, Venus is flowing to Saturn. We have Mercury with Venus in that fifth house of that enjoyment, play and pleasure, also flowing to Neptune. And so some of your more cherished wishes, dreams, and visions are unfolding before your very eyes in a very pleasurable, joyful, enjoying kind of a setup here. It's ideal if you want to create a new project, start a new business, or you want to do something artistic as well in the first 4 days of July. On July 4th, Mars will sextile Saturn. Saturn is in the house of you. You're sober, realistic, and steadfast, but also maybe heavy, worried, and alone and feeling lonely sometimes. And what happens here is on July 4th, so you want to take a day or two on either side. Mars, still in Taurus, still moving through your third house, flows to Saturn. There could be a very solid opportunity for some situation with a sibling to emerge that's positive, that may be a bit surprising. We still have Uranus there, or a solid situation to do with travel plans or learning opportunities as well. This could be a very nice boost in your social media and online presence as well as you take definitive action and make decisions that influence positive outcomes there around July the 4th, like having a sale or something. On July the 8th, Mercury will sextile Jupiter. And at the same time, Venus will sextile Uranus. Well, let's talk Mercury. Mercury has now moved into the sign of Leo, which is that work and health matters, pets and rentals house. And he is flowing to lucky Jupiter in the fourth house. So it could be a very classic get a pet. It could be a very classic good news about a domestic pet. It could be a very positive development regarding debts and homes and properties and positive debt eliminations. It could be very positive energy around expanding your home, working from home, and health matters connected to your home. Again, the dates for those storylines that I was just describing are July the 8th, a couple of days before and after. At the same time, July the 8th, Venus sextiles Uranus, happy, lucky, positive money and love surprises unexpectedly, right? Something good is happening. Now, because Venus is sitting in your fifth house of children, that could be, oh my God, one of your kids is going to tell you they're having a baby. Because the Uranus part is in the third house, it could be a sibling's children, or it could be some unexpected travel opportunities for pleasure or romance, or it could be some surprising sudden opportunities for financial gain connected to a sibling coming through around the 8th of July. And that 8th of July will connect to July 16th to the 18th when the sun does the same thing that Venus just did. So I don't have to repeat it all. The sun can actually just further Venus's impetus, what she started in your July 8th, fifth house, third house matters, is actually taken even more strongly further by the sun on July 16th to the 18th. It's a really good idea for a sudden, exciting, happy surprises and opportunities to study or take a course in something you're naturally skilled at, especially if it's artistic or creative. Now, moving forward on July the 10th to the 12th, guys, it's a long day of recording. On July 10th to the 12th, the sun will trine Saturn and Venus will trine Neptune. They're both Sun and Venus in the house of children, romance, sexuality, creativity, fifth house matters. And as they're sitting there, they flow to Neptune and they flow to Saturn, because Neptune and Saturn are together in Pisces, the house of your sun, the house of your moon, the house of you. So all said and done, this flow is super beautiful. You're having an incredible, joyful energy because the house of joy and enjoyment is the fifth house. You are filled with joy and enjoyment, this dreamy, mystical, beautiful, visionary, lovely, stabilizing, and solid. What are you doing? Now, money, luck, and gambling and speculation is the fifth house. Venus can bring you lucky gains in gambling and speculation financially. So we can also look at that possibility, even with that Venus sextile Uranus, July the 8th, a sudden local lottery win, right? Third house is your local environment. And we can also see pleasure and fun and enjoyment in the aftermath of July 10th and 12th. Now you pop the bubbly, the Dom Perignon was on the table, darling. Or some really incredible romantic getaway, travel, fun, play, pleasure, things emerging, leisure travel, fun travel on July 10th to the 12th. On July the 12th, we have the one difficult pocket of sky. That's Venus opposite Pluto. No one's going to feel good about it. This is going to be the 12th, 13th, and 14th. This is Venus in your house of work, pets, rentals, and debts, and health, opposite Pluto in the 12th house. This is an axis of karma, but also addiction, self-undoing, and bad habits with Pluto in the 12th. You may have to crack open something here to do with looking squarely at how your own sabotaging patterns are getting the worst of you. Or you could have a power struggle in a work environment or a hidden enemy in a work or career related matter coming out of the woodwork to make a power attack mode for you, or some power struggle. Now, Venus is a benefic, and she is trying her best to do something good in your sixth house of work and health matters, pets and rentals, but all of a sudden there's a gnarly tension in the sky that must be dealt with on, yes, July 12th, 13th, and 14th, and that's just before the July 14th and 15th conjunction of Uranus to Mars, with a shocking, surprising, unexpected development connected to siblings, travel, skills-based education, learning, social media environments, neighbors, and neighborhood. Okay, so keep that in mind. I covered that one in detail in the beginning of the video. And then on July 19th and 20th, Mars tries to create some soothing, beautiful energy from your Taurus third house to Neptune, a dream trip, a dream travel opportunity, a dream educational environment, a dream neighborhood event, a dream change or move in a new direction regarding your online world strategies, etc., websites, etc. Neptune, Mars together is just positive energy at your highest visionary level of what you really want to happen in your third house, and good energies with siblings as well. Again, that would be dreamy, positive, dreamy, high level vibration with siblings the 19th and 20th of the month. On the 21st to the 23rd, Mars forms a trine, as he's now slipped into your fourth house of home, property, and real estate, and he forms a trine to Pluto in your 12th house. This can be opportunities to travel to far foreign places that bring a sense of rejuvenation, rebirth, transformation, metamorphosis, and power to you. This can be some connection to revenue and wealth generated from internationalist borderless income, picking up steam, connected to things you're doing in and from your home, beginning, as I said, July 21st to the 23rd, but you can feel this energy until Mars leaves your fourth house all the way through to September 5th, making this Mars transit through your fourth house in a broad trine to Pluto a very opportune time to make travel plans far away from home into other countries even. Those will go very well, either to take or make those plans. Also, Mars here, he could have, powerful and wealthy people from foreign places supporting your success to do construction projects or changes in your home. And often I see Mars as a carpenter or a painter or a bricklayer or a ripper off, or Saturn being the foreman and Mars being the worker dude. So maybe some serious construction efforts going through your life, July 21st to September 5th. But that beginning of it, that trine to Pluto suggests something really powerful and transformative and almost spiritually enlivening. 12th house is trying to happen for you guys in the beginning of July 21st to the 23rd. And then we're moving into the next narrative, which is you have this last week of July 24th to the 28th with a rare ongoing Mars in your fourth house. Remember, ripping up the carpets and stuff. Sextile to the sun in Gemini. So what do I just say? The sun in Leo. So the sun will be moving through your health and work house, pets and rentals, where Mars is ripping up carpet or something in your fourth house. So travel from home that is very healing for your health. Steps taken in a concerted, decisive way regarding pets. Action taken in and from the home to improve debt situations in an easy step-by-step manner. Whatever is happening here, it feels good on the 24th to 20th of July. Home, health, work, pets, and tenancies and debts flow to the fourth house. And Jupiter here is legacy wealth. Some of you by next June could receive monies from inheritances, family members, people you knew when you were growing up, parents, grandparents, family lineage holders of wealth. And maybe there's a bit of a touch point with that. Maybe someone in your ancestral familial line is giving you a bit of money to pay off debt, even the 24th to the 28th. And technically anyone you grew up with as well could be supplying some debt relief. And that energy is such a lovely feeling as the sun tracks with Mars 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Actions, decisions in your home benefit your work, your health, your rentals, your tenancies, and your pets. And also really good for getting rid of addictive self-undoing habits and patterns in a concerted, dedicated way. July 24th to the 28th. Thanks for listening. I hope Pisces has helped you time your best life. Come join me on Patreon. I'll give you 2 free courses. Bribe. It's ethical bribing time. How about Chiron, the Key to Purpose and Synastry? Are You My Person? Relationship courses valued at $44. Join my Patreon community at the lowest tier of only $5 a month, or any tier. You get those courses for free. You can leave and you get to keep them. They're valued at $44 on the retail market right now. And so those replays of those 2 courses are yours as an ethical bribe gift for a mere investment of $5 at the lowest tier. Give me a try. See if you like early access ad-free content like my Patreon community is getting today on July 19th. Melena's earring selection, description box below. Check it out. Also check out Sky Reader. You might want to come be your own astrologer, time your best life. Check it out below to get on the wait list and early bird discounts. And my class openings for readings will occur in September, October, November. If you're up for a reading with me, no one can get in right now, but it's called the wait list. It doesn't mean you're on a wait list. I'm calling you one by one. It means that I'll be sending an email out to the couple thousand people on the wait list. And then you would have to book into my available slots in a timely manner, because I usually sell it in 24 to 48 hours. When I do this, I'll be sending them out some emails at different time zones, so everyone gets a chance at the end of August. So get ready for that. Thanks for listening. I wish you the very best. Like, subscribe, please hit that notification bell, and have a wonderful July.